I'm Detective Sinclair. I work in Professional Standards branch here. We're in the 6th floor, CN Tower, Edmonton, Alberta. Today is January 30th of 2013. Just going off my cell phone, it's now 3:39 in the afternoon. This is in regards to IFL 2011-0985. I'm here with law student Amanda Harto-Hoon and here with Kris, is it?
Kris Szczepanski.
Kris Szczepanski. So it's my understanding we're here today in regards to an event that occurred with the police on December of 2011. So with that being said, I guess before we get started, do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay.
No.
So I guess we'll take you back to that date of December 11th, December of 2011. And just tell me what happened.
The third cop that I don't have a picture of, he actually started crying with Andre. He was bawling his eyes out because I'm sure that he knew that what they were doing was wrong. I'm sure he knew that. This guy here, I can bet you any money, this guy was a rookie. He was the cockiest guy I've ever seen. This guy here. And this guy was a total thug. This guy is a criminal. This guy is a criminal that is given a gun and a badge. And is given power by the state to basically assault people like my brother, like me, and my other family. My niece and my nephew. And then I find out that this guy has a criminal record, basically. I mean...
Who has a criminal record?
Well, this Goodkey guy. I mean, Goodkey was sued by David Strepchuk on an incident that occurred on July 19th, 1998. I mean, when was this guy promoted?
How did you find that information out? I'm just curious.
This is a letter that is from the lawyer's office to the chief of police. And I mean, I got a copy of it, right?
Okay.
And I mean, he was the subject of a complaint in 2002, another complaint 2003, 2004, 2005, and then I look at their police reports. I sit down today, I read this police report, or these two police reports, and they're a page long. This was a major incident involving assault, and these police reports are identical, and they're 1 page long. And they're identical. It looks like one person wrote these police reports, and minor details were changed in them. I mean, there's no mention of the criminal in charge, this guy here. There's no mention of this guy in any police reports that I've read. There's no police report from him. These reports are a joke. Like, these reports by these other two cops, they don't describe anything. It's ridiculous that nobody even cares that they're identical.
Okay.
They're identical reports. I mean, how does that happen? I've been to school, and I've written reports and papers and such in school, and I've never encountered two people that wrote an essay or a paper and their papers basically being exactly the same unless they copy from each other. Or there's only one author. I mean, this is simple. This is just plain logic,
Okay.
right?
Why
Why is there no mention of Goodkey in any of these reports? Why didn't he fill out a report? Why is that not, or did he and it wasn't disclosed? I mean, I don't know what happened. I can only assume, because I'm not given all the information. I assume from these reports that there's only one author. I assume that there was pressure on these cops to basically have the same report, because I think they knew that they were doing something wrong, because I think they knew that they were breaking the law.
And And what law was it that they were breaking then?
What law?
Yeah.
Assaulting people. I don't know what it is in legal speak, but this guy assaulted innocent civilians.
Okay.
I mean, I know what the police can do. There's a record here, as I've read. I mean, our police officers aren't any more virtuous than the police officers in the States or in some other province. I mean, this just speaks for itself. He was
Sorry.
unlawful strip search. Here we go. Subject of a complaint in 2002 related to an unlawful strip search. This is who we're talking about. This is criminals with a badge and a gun. This is what we're talking about. And what does he get? Who knows? It doesn't say. Ask your legal advisors. Let's see. Here he was found guilty in 2004 of discreditable conduct and received 20 hours suspension. What is 20 hours suspension? December 15, 2004 matter was a very serious one. He pled guilty to another offense and received 40 hours suspension. I mean, this is ridiculous.
So with that being said, what are your complaints?
What are my complaints?
Yeah.
My complaints are that this guy here, this guy is a criminal with a badge. And it's obvious that he has immunity from all the crimes that he has committed.
And when you say this guy here, who is that you're referring to?
Goodkey, this Goodkey guy. And then it looks like there was some pressure on these cops, on these young cops, because these other two were very young, and I'm sure there was a lot of pressure on them to basically make their reports the same. I mean, this smells of a cover-up. And the reports are so full of holes that there's basically no description of anything that happened that night in those reports. It's a one-page report. I mean, how can a criminal like this have the state's power behind him and be given a badge and a gun? And the people, the slaves, that's me, we are not even allowed to protect ourselves against these thugs in costumes. Because if I tried to defend myself against this thug that attacked me, because he attacked me, I would probably get 5 years in jail. That's my concern, that there are two sets of laws. One for the state and one for the slaves. The slaves have to abide by one set of rules, and the government basically gets immunity from the same rules. That's my concern.
So do you have any...
My family got attacked, my brother got attacked, my nephew, my niece got attacked by these thugs, and I got attacked. Everybody has emotional problems since that day. Kasia is afraid. She is deathly afraid of the police since that day. Those are my concerns. These thugs walk around with not only guns but with these tasers also that's in his right here. I mean, these things kill people. Just like that Polish guy in Vancouver get killed by a taser. 4 more thugs that attacked another innocent guy and killed him. Those are my concerns. I watch these Gestapo tactics and it's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing that they get immunity from basically committing crimes. Because when I read this rap sheet, because this is a rap sheet, this guy basically gets immunity. 40-hour suspension, 20-hour suspension, I bet you it's with pay. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So, any other concerns or complaints then?
No, not really. I mean, I have, zero expectations at this point. I have no faith in the system. I don't trust cops. In light of what you can observe, it's on YouTube everywhere. All these corrupt cops everywhere. And I mean, these guys are given guns. These guys are given force. The state's force behind them. And we are not even able to defend ourselves. I'm not allowed to defend myself against the guy that attacked me. And I find that very sad, that I live in such a society.
So I just have here that that Good Key is a criminal with a badge. That's a concern or a complaint of yours.
And a gun.
That the reports were the same and that it's essentially a cover-up. And
That's what it looks like to me.
and that your family was attacked.
Yes.
And I'm assuming by what you mean by attacked is that force was used on your family?
Absolutely force was used on my family. You can see it in the pictures.
Okay.
I mean, there's force in this picture.
And by
Being
family
applied?
you mean,
My brother.
okay,
My brother,
your
my
brother,
niece,
yourself?
myself, my nephew. And it's not only physical force, it's psychological force. But I mean, for me, honestly, if it was just about me, I wouldn't even be here. Because, like I said, I have zero confidence that there's going to be something done about this criminal. I mean, the only thing that can satisfy me is this guy going to jail, because that's what he deserves. Just like any other person, if I were to walk around and attack people, I would go to jail. That's the only thing that would satisfy me in this case. So I wouldn't even have showed up if it was just for me. But because it's my niece and my nephew, that's why I'm here. Because I have zero confidence, zero expectations that something will be done. I wouldn't even have wasted my time with this if it was just about me.